Russia, the largest country in the world, is a land of immense contrasts, rich in history and culture. From its humble beginnings to its role as a global superpower, its past is filled with triumphs, tragedies, and transformations. In this video, we'll embark on a journey through Russia's remarkable history, from its origins to the modern day. Let's begin. Our story begins with the Slavic tribes that inhabited the vast forests and steppes of Eastern Europe. In the 9th century, the Varangians, or Vikings, established trade routes and founded Kievan Rus, the first East Slavic state. Under Prince Vladimir, Kievan Rus embraced Christianity in the late 10th century, forever shaping Russian culture, politics, and religion. In the 13th century, the Mongols invaded, bringing devastation to Kievan Rus. For over 2 centuries, the region lived under the Mongol yoke, which deeply influenced its development. But in the shadow of Mongol dominance, Moscow rose. By the 15th century, under Ivan III, or Ivan the Great, Moscow united the Russian principalities and freed the land from Mongol rule, laying the foundation for modern Russia. In 1547, Ivan IV, remembered as Ivan the Terrible, declared himself the first Tsar of Russia. His reign brought expansion and reform, but also a reign of terror. After his death, Russia plunged into the time of troubles, a period of famine, invasions, and political chaos. Order was restored in 1613 when the Romanov dynasty began its 300-year rule. Peter the Great, a visionary leader, transformed Russia into a major European power during his reign from 1682 to 1725. He modernized the military, reformed the government, and built the stunning city of St. Petersburg, Russia's window to the West. Under Peter's rule, Russia expanded its territory and influence, embracing Western ideas while retaining its unique identity. Following Peter, Catherine the Great ascended the throne in 1762. A patron of the arts and a champion of Enlightenment ideas, she expanded Russian borders and promoted cultural and educational advancements. Under her reign, Russia became one of Europe's great powers, renowned for its intellectual and artistic achievements. The 19th century was a time of profound change. The plight of serfs led to widespread unrest, culminating in their emancipation in 1861 under Alexander VI. This reform aimed to modernize Russia, but unrest persisted. Revolutionary movements began to stir, marked by events like the Decembrist Revolt of 1825, which foreshadowed the upheavals to come. As the 20th century approached, Russia's vast empire was straining under the weight of social and economic challenges. Military failures in World War I and rising discontent among workers and peasants led to the February Revolution of 1917. Tsar Nicholas II abdicated, ending centuries of imperial rule and setting the stage for a new chapter. The October Revolution of 1917 brought the Bolsheviks, led by Vladimir Lenin, to power. Their promise of peace, land, and bread resonated with the masses. But the Russian Civil War soon erupted, pitting the Red Army against the anti-Bolshevik White Army. By 1922, the Bolsheviks emerged victorious, establishing the Soviet Union. After Lenin's death in 1924, Joseph Stalin took control, transforming the Soviet Union into a global superpower. His policies of industrialization and collectivization modernized the economy but caused immense suffering, including widespread famine. The Great Purge of the 1930s eliminated political opponents, leaving a trail of fear and devastation. Yet, the USSR became a dominant force on the world stage. Following Lenin's death in 1924, Joseph Stalin rose to power, transforming the USSR into a totalitarian state. His policies of industrialization and collectivization modernized the economy, but at a devastating human cost. The Great Purge of the 1930s saw millions of lives lost as Stalin consolidated control. Despite this, the USSR emerged as a global superpower. World War II tested the resilience of the Soviet Union. After immense losses, the Red Army played a pivotal role in defeating Nazi Germany. Post-war, the Cold War began, with ideological tensions between the USSR and the United States shaping global geopolitics. This period was marked by the space race, nuclear arms race, and proxy wars across the world. By the late 1980s, economic stagnation and political unrest forced Mikhail Gorbachev to introduce reforms like glasnost and perestroika. These policies aimed to revitalize the Soviet Union, but inadvertently weakened its control over Eastern Europe. In 1991, the Soviet Union dissolved, marking the end of an era and the birth of modern Russia. Since 1991, Russia has faced significant challenges as it transitioned to a market economy and regained its position on the global stage. Under Vladimir Putin, Russia has pursued policies to reassert its influence internationally, but issues like corruption, human rights concerns, and tensions with the West remain prominent. From its origins as a collection of tribes to its role as a global power, Russia's history is one of resilience and transformation. Its rich cultural heritage continues to inspire and influence the world today. Thank you for joining us on this journey from the past to the present. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below.